The bigger you are, the harder you fall. When is enough enough? How much power, money, and growth will it take to sequate your desires? Or are you doomed to fail from the start? What if you were to suddenly see that you were standing on the precipice of a great fall? Into what length will you go just to cling on?
All right, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
So yes, we heard there the phrase that Henry said when he first arrived in the studio. This fall has caused him to perhaps replay events in his head. Who knows? So we're on level S. Is this the lowest of the lows? How low have we gone? And when Boris got dragged off down this corridor by Alice Angel, just yanked down the corridor. Let's see if we can find him, track him down, be in pursuit. What's this? Level S, accounting and finance. Well, it's no surprise that Grant Cohen, the financier, is being pushed to the very bottom of this place, because money is the one thing Joey does not want to hear about. He wants to expand no matter the cost, and Grant Cohen's getting very frustrated with it. Archives. That's interesting.
Definitely something missing here.
Need a valve. Valve. Well, we'll try the office over here. Hello there. Holy moly. Holy money. Taxes. Money. What will Joey say? Time is money. The ticking clock. It doesn't add up. He's been driven mad by Joey. But this is covered in ink. So that anger and frustration seems to have manifested itself even in an inky prism. We've got the valve. Oh dear. So, I believe that Grant Cohen, the financier, is here right now in this room. I believe he used his own body. He is the puddle on the table. I believe that is the last remaining part of Cohen. And with his dying breath, he recorded that message, which was not really a message, it's indiscernible. I think he used his own body, his own inky form, to write these messages. And he literally ran out of ink. He exploded. Or imploded. Self-imploded. Through the frustration and anger he was feeling. And he expressed it in the only way he knew he could. He wasn't getting through to Joey. So he martyred himself in a way. Not really. Silly git. But that's why I don't think you don't meet Grant Cohen throughout this game. He is not. You do not meet him. And I believe that is because he is there in that puddle. Well, why aren't you going through, Soul? Why are you not going through? Because if I go back here, this door is now open. And here's the creator of the game. Having a barbecue. Pardon me. Yeah, good, isn't it? Good little Easter egg. Of course, we are accompanied this evening by the employee handbook from Bendy and the Ink Machine. Accounting and finance. I don't know if we want to read this, to be honest with you. As our accounting and finance department is always reminding us, time is money. So we'll make this brief. Shows how flippant he feels. Accounting and finance handles the flow of money within our company, from the largest investments to the revenue generated by a single theatre ticket. Unfortunately, all the dreaming we do here at Joey Drew Studios comes at a cost. New projects like Bendy Land or the launching of a new character requires a sizable initial investment, which our accounting office balances against potential returns on that investment. That's a fancy way of saying that we have to spend money to make money. Aside from managing revenue and investments, accounting and finance also handles many matters that directly affect your day-to-day. With mediation from the administration department, accounting has final approval over department budgets, salaries, new hires, etc. Should you encounter any issues with your paycheck, your claim will likely go through accounting with the help of administration. Whatever your concerns may be, if it's a money matter, it's likely under the jurisdiction of the jurisdiction of the dedicated staff of accounting and finance. I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep reading that. I do apologise. There is from Grant Cohen regarding employee back pay. If you are receiving this letter to notify you that you are owed back pay in the amount of $60.76, as our company awaits an influx of revenue from recent investments, we are unable to pay you. Rest assured that we are monitoring the situation closely and will offer you relief as soon as funds become available. We do not anticipate this period to last more than several weeks. Please feel free to visit Accounting and Finance on Level S with any further questions. So, we've talked about how the workplace deals with the mental side of things, the mental taxation that is put upon its employees, the lack of facilities, the constant reminders. I mean, they're even on the floor here. Look, the work hard, work happy. They're not even getting paid for the most part as well. From Grant Cohen to Joey Drew. Mr. Drew, I really do need to speak with you as soon as possible. Like I said in my last note, we're running $48,128 short this quarter. A lot of money back when this was, which would have been the 30s, I believe. We won't be able to cover our taxes. I'm fielding daily calls from the IRS looking for our payments. There's not enough in the accounts right now to cover everything. Even I moved some funds around and fudged the numbers. I've also received several sizable bills from Gent. Gent has supplied us with the pipes. You may have noticed the logo on many of the pipes and wrenches and stuff like that, which I'll need to account for. Besides the Bendy Land payments, another mention of that, which won't be able to make again this month. Can you please have your girl call down to me when you're next available? So that he doesn't even come down to see him. It's give me a call. This guy went mad. You know, and look at it. Look at the result. All right, let's move on. Head to the archives. Whoa, what is that? I have to jump in. He will set us free. Worshipping the bendy demon. Sammy's doing. Upside down face there. Interesting. Huh.
They told me I was perfect for the role. Absolutely perfect. Now Joey's going around saying things behind closed doors. I can always tell. Now he wants to meet again tomorrow. Says he has an opportunity for me. I'll hear him out. But if that smooth talker thinks he can double-cross an angel and get away with it? Well, oh, he's got another thing coming. Alice? Ooh, she doesn't like liars.
So, we're getting close to the end of that sort of timeline for Susie. Not sure what that opportunity is. There is a sort of theory that she could have been, as horrible it sounds, because this woman's been driven to the brink of insanity. She's already calling herself Alice now at this point. She may have been a test subject for the ink machine before Joey enacted the original ritual, which is why she first came through it, as we heard in the previous chapter. She first went through it and she became an inky slug. She then had to put herself back through the ink machine in order to get the character Alice that she wanted. So it is possible that she was in fact a test subject, and this opportunity was that. The archives. Established in 1929, Joey Drew Studios has been at the forefront of animation for more than a decade. Since the early talkies, our studio has been fueling the laughter and imagination of generations of children around the country. Never forget that you are part of that legacy. To that end, take some time before or after your shift to visit the archives. The archives are your key to our company's history. Find out where we as a company came from, share your own story with the archivists, or peruse the thousands of rare company documents on display, including autographs from all of Hollywood's biggest stars. Our most valuable possessions are locked up tight and in the finest safes from the Gent Corporation. Be sure to ask the archivists for assistance. But beyond satisfying your curiosity about the studio, the archives offer you an inexhaustible resource for knowledge about our cartoons. Here you'll find scripts for every cartoon ever created, reference for characters, even registries of ideas from meetings going back 12 years. Whether you're looking to explore a new angle of an upcoming short, or searching for a dancing chairs visual reference, the archives can help you with all your creative needs. So basically, this is going to be the supplies for overall what is going to be Joey's foundation for his mad scientist experiments. Is she evil or good? Oh, Susie. She's both. She is both. If you watch chapter 3, we talk about how Susie is having an internal conflict here. She has been driven to insanity, and that's brought about an evil side of her, a side of wickedness. But she is good. She was an aspirational starlet living in Hollywood, trying to get a job wherever she could. You know, she was fairly innocent. She got the dream job, and it was taken from her, and it corrupted her. Yeah, Alice. Yeah. So Alice, the character, is just a character. It's just a cartoon character. But when Susie is combined with Alice, we have this duplicity, and she has adopted Alice as this evil persona. But we have heard Susie cry out for help from within. So it's internal conflict. She's battling herself, the self that existed there, that's always been there, and the one that was driven insane by Joey Drew. So yes, she is both good and evil. Aha, private. Bugger. There's 5 lights above. What about Boris? Yeah, Boris is a good guy. He helped us out. Absolutely. Oh, there it is.
So that's how it works.
But then he was taken by Alice. So it does look like that evil side of her has won out. But Susie's in there still, somewhere. There it is. Ooh. That was a trip. One more. Hey. Oh. Oh, we have gone through the foundation. That's how far down we are now. We are under the studios. There are cages hanging here. Boris has been kidnapped by this point, has he? Yes, he's been taken by Alice at the end of the last chapter. But yes, he has. Yes, Boris has gone. We are going to track him down. We're going to get him back. Ugh. Endless pits. So what were these cages for? That's a good question. I suppose Sammy could have used them for... maybe. I doubt it. I think it's more likely to be Alice to hold her test subjects in. For her psycho BS, I'm good. For her psycho BS, and I'm good love now. Wait, why? I'm self-hating love. Nah, that's all right. Well, you know, you've been quite a influence, I believe, on my streaming efforts. So you've certainly earned it. Cages could link to Ink Machine. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. They might be like weights. That's true. They could be weights. We have no evidence of actually people being kept inside them. But yeah, they could be weights for the Ink Machine to come down and lower. It'd be a bit weird that they're all at different levels. But yeah, no, that makes sense. The only time we've seen chains are linked to the Ink Machine. So I would agree with that. I don't know if they... I mean, they're hollow. So... it doesn't make much sense. And that one over there and that chain there wouldn't be connected to the Ink Machine. That's the only thing. So it makes sense that it would be linked to the Ink Machine. Not all of these. And the reason they're cage shaped is already odd. It does look like the bars are possibly made of ink. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that for the most part, but these ones over here don't make any sense for that. But you know, they could still be the chains of the Ink Machine being utilised to have cages. We need to get across here, quite clearly.
I can get across here if I can find a way to fix this.
This here, the Gent system. We spoke about Gent before. They manufactured a lot of the of the technological gizmos we have utilised. This is one of those portable ink machines we read about in the book, and it can make anything we want it to make. We just need some ink. Sharp corridor there. Switch. Almost like a vigil. Worshipping the ink. Hey. Oh. Got some ink. Got some gooey goodness. And now we're going to throw it in the machine. And turn the wheel. And suddenly... we got a cog. Hey! It's pretty good, isn't it? We can make a mug. I am a mug. Make cog. We can make a clock. A bone. Yeah, and a mug. So, you know, 3D printer with limitations. Oh, here we go. Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Bloody hell. Oh! We're all right. Oh. Thank you. Maybe get out. Oh, there we go. Aha. Okay. Well, this looks safe. Oh, hey, oh! So that's the second time that's happened. And that clearly wasn't real. So this fall that we've had has clearly had an effect on us. You know, the arms reaching out, the ink trying to consume, trying to embrace us. Before we had just that flash of orangey red. So the fall is having its effect on us. To what extent has it had an effect?
I see you there, my little errand boy. Your angel is always watching. What is it that keeps you going? Is it the thrill of the hunt? The thirst for your freedom? Or perhaps you're just looking for a little friendly wolf. Better hurry, errand boy. Boris is having trouble staying in one piece.
You bitch. So, this, I believe, is the chains of the ink machine itself. The chains out there could be counterweights. But I don't see why it would need counterweights. It could just operate on a winch system. So, well, we're heading in the right direction because we've caught her Ira. Well, we're on our way up. That's a positive. Aha! Some familiarity.
He always finds me. Oh no! I just want to go home. When do we go home? When do we go home?
He just wants to go home. Oh! Hello there. I'm Soul. This is the lovely chat. We're just passing through. Oh, hello. I see you standing in the corner. So, these are the workers, the employees. Covered in the ink. And as I said in chapter 3, I believe the ink represents the darkness of this place, the past, the horrible past and working conditions that these people have suffered through. It seeps through the studio. The corruption. The trauma. Look at the light in the eyes. The light in the eyes, they say the soul. The eyes are a window to the soul. These are the workers. These are the employees. These have souls. He'll set us free. It's time to believe. These possibly have been brainwashed by Sammy. Or these are the ones who have not been brainwashed by Sammy and have not been taken by his religious ideology. They're letting us pass through. No angels. He will set us free. So here we see that again, that there's almost a rivalry going on between Alice Angel and Sammy Lawrence trying to win over the populace in a way. One wants to stay in their inky form and embrace everything that's here. Sammy wants to escape. He believes his escape is by worshipping the bendy demon, and the demon will give him rapture, basically. Very claustrophobic in here. He's watching. What a lucky bugger. You could say that again. He, Yes, he's... Yeah, this demon... We don't really know its origins, do we? We don't know why there is a bendy demon. Has it got a soul in it? We've seen no other bendies. We've seen quite a lot of Borises. We know Alice exists in that template. The rest are just slugs. Some with souls, some without. But why is there only one bendy, and why is it demonic? Driven to insanity. They feel trapped in the workplace. I mean, they sort of find out, but I'd like to hear your thought. Dreams come true. Storage 9. Locked. Damn. Cannot jump a little banister. Size of that. Come up and see me. Don't mind if I do. Almost there. Well, looky here. We heard it mentioned in the book. Bendy Land. And here is the signs, the maps, the blueprints.
For 40 years, I've built attractions that stagger the imagination. Colossal wonders, such as the world has never seen. I have earned my legacy with sweat. Right in front of everyone. High-level investors, Wall Street tycoons. The ever-tactless Joey Drew introduces me, the great Bertram Piedmont, as Bertie. Like I was his child. You may be paying me, Mr. Drew, but you don't own me. I'll build you a park, bigger than anything you could ever possibly conceive. But before you go taking any bows, Mr. Drew, know that this grand achievement will belong to me, and to me alone.
So immediately there are obvious parallels to the creation of Disneyland, which obviously was a justified expansion of the brand. And yet, Bendy Land, we know the company was losing money. Despite that, they introduced new characters. That didn't work. They revamped it, which also cost money. We saw the merchandising, how much was still in storage. Now we're seeing plans for a whole Bendy Land. We know about the debt. So, but now he's getting confronted by this Piedmont. Interesting. This guy, it has a big ego. he isn't going to be called Bertie. Not by someone like Joey Drew. He's already looking down on Joey. You know, Joey's met a rival here. Someone who's going to contest him. Something that's not happened up to this point. The only person that could was us, and we left. What we know so far is that Joey, one Christmas, after receiving the ink machine, asked 6 employees... Is it 6? I think it was 6 employees to hand over an item. Something very close to them. Which would feed the machine. Or the ink gods. As he put it. We have met Susie Campbell as Alice Angel. We have met Sammy Lawrence. They have both referred to themselves as Susie and Sammy. We've met Jack Fane. We've met Norman Polk. We have met the employees. And we've met Boris, who I believe, although he's a mute and cannot tell us, is Wally Franks. So it seems like those initial souls became imbued with characters from the series. Not Susie, she voluntarily did it, but I suppose Alison would be the equivalent. And these are copies of the original people, bearing the same souls. So it is possible that only up to this point, going by that logic, that Bendy, the demon, is some form, one of those souls that was so heavily twisted and corrupted that it emerged demonic and twisted. But Joey, you might think, well, that's got to be Joey then. But clearly, Joey so far has shown to be a dictator. But he's also been a dreamer and a believer. I wouldn't call him demonic or corrupt. His actions are in his lack of awareness to the consequences of his actions. Doesn't mean he has the intent to do harm. The eyes are covered on the Bendy demon. It has no identity. Not one that we are aware of. So other people will then put through into the ink machine afterwards, or at least objects, to produce versions of other known people. And we know Alice was putting people, Susie was putting people through the machine herself in order to feed off their hearts and grow more stronger. There is a ritual, but there is no sacrifice. He did not take the human being and kill them. He took an object that was close to them and used the object and the power that object, the connection, and the energy that is connected with that object and that person could then create a soul into the machine. Or at least that is how it appears. We know that there is a ritual. 6 people were asked to give items initially. And that's all we have. Yeah. So yes, this is Bendy Land. All sorts of trains. I've never been to Disneyland, but I'm sure you might be able to see some parallels, connections. Maybe a haunted house there of some kind. Yes, one of those. One of them, amphitheatres. Over here. The big vista. Using the object is still considered a sacrifice. Oh, yeah, no, it is. It is still I suppose sacrifice of energy. Yeah, a sacrifice means to take away. I mean, we know the object still exists. I suppose you could say it's a sacrifice of energy. But I don't know. I mean, that energy still sort of exists with the person who still wanted that. Energy's an example of what it could be. It's not really clarified as being energy. We can only assume from what we've seen that it's some form of personal connection with that object that is being harnessed. Joey True Studios announces Bendy Land. The world-renowned animators at Joey True Studios have been dreaming of their own amusement park for more than a decade now, and it seems those dreams are about to come true. Joey True Studios has just announced its newest endeavour, Bendy Land. The massive amusement park, centered around the iconic Bendy and the studio's other animated creations, is slated to open sometime next year. Our mission is to bring dreams to everyday life, said Joey Drew, founder and president of the company. We can figure no more perfect way to do that than to build an amusement park designed for people of all ages. At Bendy Land, imagination comes to life, literally. Mr. Drew won't tell us more about when the groundbreaking will begin or when the amusement park will be located, but public records have indicated several large tracts of the Meadowlands in southern New Jersey have been brought up by the Drew's company. Mr. Drew was, however, quite forthcoming about many attractions his park will feature. Bendy Land will include motion rides, themed food and drink, and costumed characters. So, I think that shows that the ink machine came after Bendy Land. Because you'd think, oh, well, with that quote of he bring them to life literally. Oh, so he was making characters at ink machine to walk around the park. No, they were going to have costume characters. So, it's possible Bendy Land failed. It's most likely that it failed. But aside from the basic Midway fare, Drew insists that will be some major innovative surprises for fans of his films. For us, making Bendy real is important, the most important, continued Drew. I was thrilled to hire Bertram Piermont for this task, or Bertie, as I call him. The amusement park is going swimmingly, and I can't wait to unveil some of the colossal wonders we have in store for our fans. He's even taken words out of Bertram's mouth there and reusing it. Stay tuned for further updates on this exciting development. They weren't aware of what was going to be done with the objects, I agree. But those people still went about and went around. They're not walking around soulless, is what I mean. They were copied. Much like a printer copies. Much like an ink machine would make a copy. Yeah. It was a way of distilling life into inanimate objects. And they were wanting to harness that essence, absolutely. Right. Let's head on. Let's hit the switch. Let's continue. They aren't soulless, however, they aren't happy either. They're begging to leave. No, sorry. The real people who gave their objects at Christmas and went home, went back to their houses and lived their lives, they still exist. The one thing I opened this series with was a question. Is any of this real? Because look around you. It's made of cartoons. The wall is drawn. Okay? I'm not saying it's not real and that this is just the aesthetic of the world. But quite clearly, they live in a world where there are cartoon stuff. So, the idea of a cartoon in a cartoon world seems rather odd, doesn't it? Because wouldn't that just be the reality? So, this is not the real world. Or at least, in some form, it is not. Or it's a separate, not reality, but it's a separate entity within this studio that's been locked up for years. Why it looks like this, I have no idea. But the real world is still out there. Wally Franks, he gave his wrench, he did his voice recording, and he went home for Christmas. Okay? So the people in here want to escape because they are a copy of that soul, and they're here, and they want to escape. But the real person out in the real world is still going about their everyday life. Here's Storage 9. This is Bendy Land. Hell. Tremendous fun for everyone. Hello there, sitting there on top of the cage. And you can see the bars made of ink. Alright, let's find out what's actually going on here.
These guys down the warehouse get to play games all day while I'm stuck cleaning up after them. They keep locking themselves out of their own back room. So I said to them, look guys, I said, you're smart, right? Here's an idea. Why not make these games to knock open the door when you win? It'll be fun for you guys, and it saves me the trip down here every day. They went for it, I had dogs and pot roast. I tell ya, if these guys don't stop realizing who the real genius is, I'm out of here.
So basically, it's been rigged up so that we have to complete some of these games in order to unlock rooms. It's a bit convoluted, I've got to be honest with you. A bit of a stretch on the old plot, but oh well.
This haunted house seems like the way to go, but it's gonna need some power. Hang in there, Boris. I'm coming.
Weak, man, baby, brute, super. That's a weird face at the top. Hey!
Are you having fun? I'm sure Boris doesn't mind waiting for his rescue party.
Yeah, well, I haven't really got much choice. Aha! Power station. Here we go. Switches. Right, I need to restore power first. Why is it always one? Oh, what? Hey, we got a gun. This one there. Hey! Oh! Yeah, there we go. Holy hell. These are the costumes. Aren't they? Yes, they are. The costumes for Bendy Land. If you managed to gain employment at our studios, you would likely already know about our exciting new endeavour, Bendy Land. This amusement park, for fans of all ages, is sure to bring droves of families to incredible cartoons, but right now, it's still in early development. To that end, Storage 9 and its adjacent research and design area on level 5 are off limits to all employees who are not stationed there for their daily work. The site contains active construction on several attractions, as well as cutting-edge technology that is considered unsafe for untrained hands. Please be sure to stay out of this area to avoid getting hurt. So, let's hit the first power switch and let's power through. I'll open the first one, then that should open the next door, right? There it is. Okay, good.
Without some kind of weapon, I don't stand a chance. There's gotta be a way around them.
There's the bastards. I cannot stand this area. They're so unpredictable in this. Demonic tonic. We got another new poster over here. The Nightmare Fair. Just playing into the fun of the fair. Rosemary's babysitter. He stole that baby. Showbiz Bendy. And there's Alice Angel. And look, she's been redesigned. She's looking quite... Well, she's not been completely redesigned. I mean, everything is still the same, but she's become more human-like than the smaller figure we initially saw. We're going to distract them, and then we're going to run past them. Now, they might catch us. I'm just going to let ourselves die if that's the case, because they're going to kill us. Okay. So we're going to go left first. So we want to... See, this is why we did the ball throwing first. It's good gameplay. We learn how to throw things. Hey, a little bit of stealth there. And here we got animatronic bendies. So they had costumes. They also tried animatronics. A little bit of a Freddy vibe here. Five Nights at Freddy vibe. Look at them. If that thing came flying at your head, I'd say duck.
That's two.
The only thing that works around here is my ulcer. And these people don't know a wrench from a dang steamroller. Bunch of morons is what they are. Spend their day in the warehouse arguing over who's supposed to be doing what or playing them silly games. Still, I'm not complaining. I give most of my time to myself. Suits me just fine. Only thing that bothers me is that mechanical demon in the corner. now. Says it'll walk someday and maybe dance. All it does now is give me the creeps. I swear, when my back's turned, that thing's moving.
That's a little bit of a nod to Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, whether the company was in debt up to its eyeballs, yeah, you could say that. I mean, they tried everything to make this work. They were throwing money at the wall. You know, Joe Drew didn't care about money. It was just getting in his way. Let's let him, let's let his financier take the heat of it. I owe you. Alright, we might die here. This bit could be quite tricky. He might see me. Oh, you know what? I think that might be the first time ever in all the times playing this game I have ever got through that without getting caught once. Honestly, I'm so surprised I managed to do that. Woohoo! So bloody awkward they can be. But oh yes, I'm on fire now. They've been twisted by the machines in their recreation. Uh-oh. Guys. Considering most of it's still here in storage and that it was upcoming, I don't even think it actually was built. I don't think it got to that point where actually Bendy Land was a thing. So it may have turned it around, but he ran out of money, I think. He just couldn't get it off the ground. It's yeah, I don't think Drew actually got Bendy Land up and running here. This the last chapter had the creepiest part of the game, but I've got to admit that the character design you're about to witness is brilliant. Enemy design, whatever you want to call it. I love this bit. This is a tough battle, it's bloody annoying, but it's still fun. It's fun to witness. Here we go.
Biggest park ever built. A centerfold of attractions. Each one more grand than the one before it. It makes my eyes come to tears at the thought. But then, oh, Mr. Drew, for all your talk of dreams, you are the true architect behind so many nightmares. I built this park. It was to be a masterpiece, my masterpiece. And now you think you can just throw me out? Trample me to the dust and forget me? No! This is my park, my glory. You may think I'm wrong, but I'm still here.
Look at that. We talked about a man to match Joey Drew. He was never going to go down quietly. Thank you very much. Grab that axe. Take that, you twonk. Yeah, we're at Bendy... Well, we're not at Bendy Land. We're in Bendy Land storage. Oh, quick. Ah, no, get out, get out, get out, get out. Whoa. Oh. Look at that face. Look at Bertram in there. Bertram was the designer. Did not get on with Joey Drew, and it looks like Bendy Land never actually happened. He feels his time was probably wasted. Oh! Ah! Ow, 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 ow. Ow. That hurt. Hey, oh! It's tough. Nice moustache. Not bad, is it? It's a merry-go-round of doom. Oi, oi. Where are you going to stop? Oh, yep. You prat. Yep, that's good. No, alright. Will you stop? Yep, good. Oh. Not many more now. Sick, yeah, go on. Yeah. Another arm. Whoa! Whoa! Bloody hell. Oh, ow. Quick. Boom. One more arm to go. Do you call it just to go round when all its arms are gone? Well, it certainly doesn't look very merry to begin with, to be honest with you. A menace go round, more like. Oh, damn. I didn't get over there quick enough. Oh, he's going again. That's it. Oh, I can't reach the other one. I got it. Yes. That was Bertram. Ah, there's the switch. Alright, that is one of two tough battles in this chapter.
That makes 3. 1 to go.
Okay. And so thank you very much for the encouragement there. Again, I did that. I didn't die there. I thought it might be again the first time I didn't die doing it. That's open. Okay, so we've got one more room to get to, and then we can get into the haunted house. Oh, cannot step over a pallet. I can destroy a merry-go-round with the inky soul of a maniac in it. I cannot step over some pallets. Chew, 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 chew. Which is what I do when I eat. Ride the buddy Boris railway. The railway. Oh no, it's the projectionist again. Guys, if you didn't see chapter 3, that's Norman Polk. Hide in the toilet, quick. Smash his lights out. I've got nothing to hit him with. Nothing to hit him with. We have to do a bit of stealth here. Look at the trains. The locomotives. Ah, this is blocking the stairs. We're going to have to move it.
I believe there's something special in homes. True in their strength, you can conquer even your biggest challenges. You just have to believe in yourself and remain honest, motivated, and above all, who you really are. Okay, let's stop right there. I can only do so many takes of this trash today. And tell the guys in writing how much more uses the word dreaming in every message. Keep railing on that, okay? Dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. People just eat up that kind of slop.
So we got to see the duplicity of Joey there. We made the parallel between Alice Angel and her quite apparent duplicity and inner conflict, and now we're seeing Joey on recording the projection of his image. He's selling himself, selling dreams to kids, but the reality is he's just a bloke who's obsessed with fucking money and power. That thing's lifted now. We hit that switch, so we're going to go upstairs. And we've got the audio log. Those statues, by the way, are where you respawn if you die. I should mention the death animation. When you die, and we've seen it in the previous chapter, you emerge through a inky hole. You traverse it like you're being rebirthed. I believe that the canon of this game is that you do not die at any point throughout the game. Okay. But I think there's an implication that if you were to die, you are actually rematerialized in ink form. But that is a bit of a that doesn't work when you get to the last chapter. So the implication doesn't seem to hold up. So I think the canon is you just do not die. So, oh dear, we're about to hopefully find Boris, who's been taken by Alice. We believe they're in the haunted house, and we are on our way there. And it appears that Polk, the projectionist, has gone. He's behind us again. The other stairs. Oh. Look at this. The bendy demon just destroyed Norman Polk. And then takes the inky flesh. So why would the demon do that? It's a good question. I believe the demon is consuming souls much like Alice's. You gotta remember, everyone is hidden that we've met. Okay? Sammy is hidden and presents himself to the demon. We don't see what happens, but he presents himself. But he must have been hidden before that. Boris was hidden in his little, in his vents, out the way, trapped behind doors, darkened corridors. He was out like Alice was in her own territory, behind those big shuttered doors. All the employees, the ones with the yellow eyes, they were locked away in the bowels, in the vents, trapped away. You couldn't even get there unless you traversed that cavern. You know, so everyone is hiding from the demon. Is that because the demon is collecting ink itself, or collecting the souls of inks? He's gone for the projectionist specifically. Yeah, believes that it is Joey Drew. There has been no implication of that. All that we know so far in this game is that the bendy demon has its eyes covered, which normally symbolizes the lack of a soul or of an identity. So it's more likely a corrupt outpouring of the ink machine. It may not necessarily have a soul. Something to bear in mind, but we may solve that solution when we get to the final chapters. Or solve that puzzle when we get to the final chapter. Did you go realise Bendy has no eyes? He may have eyes, but they're covered intentionally. So they have gone into some kind of... into the walls. They've gone into the walls, which once again brings us back to the point of, is this world made of ink, or is this an aesthetic version of the real world? Okay, they're able to transfer, the ink is able to go into the walls itself. Okay. Now, I'm not here to say this is it and this is that. I'm just giving you the hints here at what you might be able to form. Trying to pose some questions to you that might, stimulate an idea. And we'll see if that corresponds at the end with what we've learned. Or a failed experiment to be created in the world. Now, yeah, we know Joey was printing life-size objects of people. Life-size... Joey got the ink machine to produce life-size versions of everything, pretty much. Especially as characters. What he wanted to do was take an object from people he knew in the studio, something that contained what Arcadia discussed earlier as essence, a certain energy of that person, or a part of one's soul, and imbue that into the ink machine to give his creations life. So almost a copy of the soul of a living person. Now, did that happen with the ink demon? It appears the ink demon may have been the first thing to be created. Because why wouldn't you? It's your flagship character. So it's possible that it was a failed experiment, and that is what triggered and it has no soul. It's demonic, right? But it's possible that it was the creation of the demon that spurned him to then find a way to imbue souls into his creations because of the failed version of Bendy. So there could be no one in there. I believe Joey existed after the Bendy demon. It could be his soul in there. That's possible. Don't know that. There's nothing pointing to that. Could be a manifestation of the ink machine to try and recollect all the ink of the humans have stolen, thus causing all the corruption. I think that's reaching a bit. That's. There's nothing to say that he is collecting all the ink. Otherwise, there'll be no ink around. He's definitely collecting specific ink. He went for Norman Polk. What do we know about Norman Polk? Well, that he's probably got the projectionist has Norman Polk's soul or has some essence of him in there. Remember, the people that are printed with souls have hearts, whereas the fleshy pudules we see that manifest in the ground do not. There's nothing there. Let's hit this switch. Let's pull that lever. Here we go. Turn back. Well, here we go.
Now, the ride truly begins, Henry. Come in and pretend it's all just a bad dream.
Final part of this chapter, that is correct. Well, hey, ho ho. Yeah, you have to do better than that.
It's a funny thing how so much can fall apart so fast. You never really had control of the studio. Either you were in someone's pocket,
Funny.
or putting someone
Bones.
into yours.
That didn't get me.
I just wanted what was promised to me. I just wanted to be beautiful. Surely you can understand that. Henry, why are you here? We're all dying to find out. Do you just enjoy the terror of the drop into hell? Because if that's the case, hang on tight. I've got a surprise.
Eek. Ooh. Squid lady. Big dude with camera in his chest. Is that a camera? Skeleton man. Piano. Eyeballs on a plate. Hey, thank you. Digging the art. It's pretty good. Hold on a minute.
Boris! No, no, what has she done to you?
You see the heart still beating there. I believe this is Wally Franks now. I hate this battle. I hate this battle so much.
There's no ink deep. No escape.
It's bait. Right, so if I recall, I've got to get ink. Got it. This is Wally. I believe so. I don't think there's any doubt. I genuinely don't. Oh, bugger off. Right, give me some ink. Thank you. Take that, right? Put it in there. Hit the switch. Hit the switch. Run away. Is that like a retainer thing? He's still got a bone in his mouth. Alright, hit him there. He dropped another ink. Then he'll go to his second phase when he starts destroying throwing carts around. Then the timing changes. Ow. 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 Oh. Wallop. Right, here comes the carts. While he's doing that, get that in there. Get that ready. Okay, so he's gonna walk through all of that. Right, I need to keep myself moving. Ow. When do I hit him? That didn't work. He grabs the cart. He grabs the cart. Then he's going to throw it. There we go. Yes! Why can't you ever just die? That doesn't make sense, does it? Sorry, Boris. Oh no! Huh? Hello, I am Soul, and thanks for watching Bendy and the Joy of Creation. I hope you're enjoying it, and maybe you enjoyed it enough to perhaps, just perhaps, give it the old subscribe here on YouTube, and perhaps go and see me on Twitch and all those other outlets, let's say. All the links down below. I really do appreciate it. I've got to be honest with you, I really do appreciate it. You got to the end of that video. I hope you enjoyed it and whatnot. Come see me live. Come see me live. We hang out on Twitch all the time. You know, you don't get all the edits. You know, you get all the extra stuff. But yeah, no, thanks very much. I hope you come back and see it again. You know, oh, you got to hit that bell. Got to hit that bell because of the notifications. You never can trust it really. So always best. But there you go. Thank you very much.